What's up guys, and welcome to my unscheduled stream. Obviously I had some time, so I decided to play some games. In fact, Forza Horizon 2, because I have some championships to finish. And I wanted to take a break from my usual stuff, so that's why I'm doing the stream today. And it's unscheduled really, because I didn't write on my website about the stream. I didn't write anywhere else. I just play and stream at the same time, so it's a... whoever finds it, you can watch it. That's pretty much that. In today's stream, I will pretty much just do championships, really. Nothing else, no online content, nothing like that, just championships, because I want to finish all of them. And I don't have much left. It's about, I don't know, 20 maybe more. So I do have to finish those challenges to get the stuff out of my way, and I can stop playing Forza for challenges or whatever, or for championships, and move on to different games, because this one will be pretty much 100% done. And that's my goal really for this game, as much as I can to do this game in percentages, and otherwise, if I cannot get 100%, then change to another game and move on with this stuff. Now, I'm downloading a game which is Murdered Soul Suspect, and it's downloading right now. That's why I'm probably having lags, because it's downloading right now. And I didn't want to wait for it to download, although it's very fast, like 130 megabytes per second. So it has 12 gigabytes of data, so it will take some time, but it will not be that long. So hopefully there won't be many lags in the game. And on the stream, obviously. And I'll talk more about my game which I'm creating. Update you guys a bit, for those who are interested, obviously. And explain a couple of things about it as well. Alright, I have to finish... not finish. I have to turn off the radio, because... I'll get stupid notifications on YouTube that I'm using some kind of music from the game, which I'm not using. The game is playing it itself, so I probably should just turn it off and then never hear from them again. That's why I always do this, because I don't want to get those claims, whatever, on my videos. I'm making my videos strictly without adverts. I'm just showing you gameplays, I'm just talking, my commentary, my gameplays, that's pretty much all. I'm not putting any sort of advert on my videos. And I don't want any other company to put adverts on my videos, because I want them to be free. I don't want people to go into my videos and see fucking adverts, because you can see them everywhere. That's why I'm making this, so that you don't have to see them. Just for you guys. Now obviously I cannot do this on Twitch, because obviously they will simply adverts without me, or begging them to remove them. I mean, they won't do anything about this, because that's how they make money out of me. Alright, let's go with this one. With this one. This one is... Yeah, let me check which cars I have. I know this one I used, probably. This one I used, probably. I'll go with this one. I don't want to start with a high class, because I didn't play this game for, I don't know, a month already. So I don't want to start with a class like A or S, so that I'll hit everything on my way. I prefer actually to ride with the lower classes, because it's much easier to control the car. It's slower, that's true. But at the same time, I didn't practice much with fast cars. I just did the races and that's it. I didn't really use them. But I did use a lot of slower cars, and it's much easier for me to control them and drive them. And that is the reason why I'm using them. Now, in the other news, I already said that I'm downloading Soul Suspect, which is a mystery game. Something like Sherlock Holmes, but it's a lot different at the same time. It's not really Sherlock Holmes game. But it isn't. But it is. I mean, similar to the genre. So it's similar in genre, but it's not the same type of game. You know, it is mystery game, but it's not the same type of game. So there's more shooting and stuff like this. There's more, you know, defeating enemies and stuff like this. Whereas, although there is finding clues, as I say, it's a mystery game because I already saw the game a long time ago.
Turn right.
Oh shit! I saw the game a long time ago and I liked it, but as I said, I didn't play it, so that's why I'm downloading it. Today is Black Friday, though. I mean, it was. I mean, it is probably. It's either today or it was. No, it was yesterday, but Friday. Yeah, today is Saturday. The fuck am I living in? But at least in UK, they do like 3 days of Black Friday. I don't ask me why. It's called it's called Black Friday, right? But they start 1 week earlier or something like that. Or even something like that, you know, a couple days earlier, and they continue this Black Friday, which is Friday. The clue game is Black Friday. Continue it till Sunday. Picture that. So it's not 1 day; you get like a week, or even more than a week of Black Friday, which is stupid, right? But you can find some deals actually. I mean, I went, I don't remember which day was it, I know it was last week, but I went to a shop which sells PCs and stuff like that, and I wanted to buy a action camera for my bike.
You have arrived at
Now,
your destination.
normally I wanted to spend £100 on my camera because I said I don't want to buy like 200 or 300 pounds GoPro, whatever. I don't even like GoPro because I don't like the shape of it. But there is Ghost Drift or whatever, right? There's different cameras that are more sleek or round or something like that. They're not like fucking brick next to your head. I don't like that kind of design. I think they should change it because they stick to one design, and the camera is not new. The GoPro company doesn't exist for 1 year or 2 years. It's a lot older. And they should actually change the design a bit, you know, try a different design to appeal to different people who like different styling. But they don't. They just display, you know, they just design the same shit, the same camera every time. They put different stuff into the camera, but it's the same camera, the same design. It's like fucking iPhone. It's the same shit, they just put different stuff into it. That's why I don't like iPhones. Because it's the same shit. There is no innovation anymore in mobile phone company. I have Sony Xperia. That's it. I don't give a shit if it's good phone or bad phone. I just use it. That's pretty much that. And I don't complain about this phone. It's good enough for what I use it for. Email, phones, text, that's it. I don't use it for fucking games. If I want to play games, I have a console. If I wanted to travel and play games, I could basically buy a, I don't know, PS Vita, PSP, Nintendo DS. I have fucking multiple choices. I don't have to play on my fucking phone. And check that, you actually have to pay for like new iPhone or whatever, right? The new phone, if you want to pay for it. If you don't take it on contract and you want to pay for it, although on contracts those phones are quite expensive as well. If you want to, you know, basically take it as a phone and then just buy a card, you know, your SIM card, and that's it, then it costs about £600. So in dollars, now it's less in dollars because pounds are shit now in dollars. But in the old days, it would be like, I don't know, a bit less than $1,000, something like that, 800, maybe 900 dollars for a phone, for fuck's sake. So £600, check that, £600 for a phone, where I can buy a fucking PS4 for 300 or less. So I can buy two PS4, or I can buy, actually like this, like, let me put it like this, I can buy PS4 and I can buy Xbox One Slim, for example, S, for the price of one iPhone. That's the fucking difference. That's why I don't get people. I mean, you have to have too much money to buy this shit. I'm not saying you cannot buy it, but I mean, what's the fucking point? It's a mobile phone. You call from it. You make text messages and check your email perhaps. Why the fuck do you need your mobile phone to be, I don't know, like your computer? What type of games do you have to play on your fucking mobile phone? I don't get that kind of shit. Because doesn't matter what type of mobile phone they create, you'll never get the same experience of gaming like you do on the console. It's impossible. That's why I bought a console, not a fucking mobile phone. And it's cheaper. If you want to play games, buy a fucking console. Seriously guys, buy a computer or a console. Look, I'm sitting in front of 32-inch screen TV. I'm playing Forza Horizon 2. And if I, add up everything that I pay for, so my TV, my console and the game, it's the same price as iPhone. The latest one which comes out. So if I pay for this and I have game which looks, very realistic because it's 3D and stuff, right? So it looks realistic. I have a 32-inch TV which I can watch TV on as well and play my games. I can listen to radio, I can do whatever I want. I can connect it to my computer because it has HDMI. So I can connect it to my computer, no problem. And I can do multiple things with it. And it costs, all of this setup costs the same as fucking one iPhone. That's why I don't get why people buy it. Why there is such a hype to buy a fucking iPhone. I don't get it. My phone, when it came out, I didn't pay for it £200, but when it came out, the Sony Xperia, it's Aqua. So it's waterproof, I think, to, I don't know, 1-2 meters, maybe less, I don't know. But it's waterproof or whatever. And it costed £200 1 or 2 years ago. Something like that. £200 for a new phone. And I bought it for less. Actually, I didn't buy it for less. I bought it, I took it on a contract. So I have 3 minutes, which I have, I don't know, what, 1,000 minutes, and unlimited text, some internet and stuff like that. So I pretty much pay for the tariff. I'm happy to pay the price I'm paying for the tariff alone, which is about £30 a month for 2 years. So if you take that 24 times 30, then you have how much I'll pay. It's about £600. So I get a £200 worth of phone and £400 worth of data. Now, if you just take a SIM and, for example, pay £10 a month, which is not a lot, but it's not little, then in 24 months you'll probably pay less. But at the same time, if you call a lot and text a lot, then £10 will not be enough for you. So you have to pay for more. And there are SIMs that have, like 1,000 minutes or whatever, or unlimited minutes or whatever. I don't know if they have unlimited, but they have loads of minutes, unlimited text, whatever, right? 15 gig of internet. Because, for example, £20 a month. And then you multiply basically. So you have 24 times 20. And that's basically twice as much as £10, right? In which way you pay more on a SIM alone than I pay for the contract and for the phone. That's why I don't really mess around with standalone SIMs. I just take a contract, and I don't have problem with that. That's pretty much that. I do pay more, but I do get a phone for free, so pretty much, equals to the same shit. But you don't have a phone at the end of the day, and you have much more money. But then if you want to buy the phone and you pay for example, like iPhone, you pay more. So, and I don't really give a shit what phone I have. I had the Samsung, but a shit one, not a like Galaxy S7 whatever. I don't know. The S7 Note, I think Note was it, exploded. The people had it when it was charging, explode and stuff like that. Oh shit! I changed the camera. That's the one. And it exploded. The batteries exploded. So the Samsung company lost a lot of shares and stuff like that. I read about this, but it's funny because Samsung was a big company. I already before they launch the 7, no, Galaxy S7. I think it's Galaxy S7 or something like that. I don't really remember now. But when they launched, before they launched, I already said that the Samsung is starting to be shit. Way before that. Because this, actually my mother had S5 or S4 and it was shit already. So S4 was shit already. Because it was starting to, what's it called? Get stuck, was freeze, that's the one. It starts to get freezy and freeze for no reason whatsoever. Then she had to pay a bill basically for a component that is inside the phone. They said it's a user fault. Some kind of speaker or something was broken inside the phone, which you had to unscrew everything to find this component. And they said it's user fault that this happened. And I told them at the shop, and I told them that this should be warranty, because I mean Samsung has a warranty. The phone was like, I don't know, half a year old, maybe even less. And I told them the phone was not dropped. That's one thing. The other thing, the component is fucking inside. How do you take that as a fucking user interference or whatever, right? User fault. How is that user fault when the phone was not dropped and the component inside the phone just failed? And that's why I said I will never buy a Samsung ever again, because it's just shit. And I don't want to write to Samsung, because Samsung will probably repair it for free. But it was not Samsung, it was a contractor, and I already told I won't say which contractor it is, I won't say which company it is, because I'm not gonna name and shame people here. But what I'm talking about is that they're taking a piss about this, and she had to pay, I don't know, like 30 something pounds for this one component, with a job completion and the VAT 40 something. So she, at first, when I gave the phone, because I went with my mother, she's not tech savvy, so I went with her to explain all this stuff. So I went with her. And I told the woman actually at the counter, I told her, listen, okay, how much it's gonna cost and stuff like this. And I asked my mother if she's gonna repair it, or should I, you know, write to Samsung or whatever, you know, because it will take a while if I write to Samsung. It's her call, not mine. It's not my phone. I don't give a shit. So it's her choice. They gave her the choice, and she said, okay, fuck it, I'll pay. How much is it? And they said 35 pounds something like that. And then I said, okay, she will pay. And then she, you know, just put the details in. And then at the end she says 42 something. And I said, what? You just said 35 something to me. And now you're telling me for 42. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, you just increased the price. If I wait another 5 minutes, you will increase it to fucking 50. So what's the fucking point? What are you doing? And she said, no, we have to add VAT. What the fuck? The VAT should be included in the price when you tell me, for fuck's sake. You don't just tell me the price and then, oh yeah, by the way, we have to include the VAT. That's not how this fucking works. If you go to shop, I mean, I mean, if I went to the, sorry, let me drink something. If I went to the shop, let's say grocery store, and I took a, I don't know, loaf of bread, and I went to the cashier, and I put the bread on the table, and I told him, how much is it? And he told me, it's £1, and I'm taking out £1, and he said, no, we have to add VAT. I would say, are you taking the piss, mate? Because it's not gonna happen. You said one fucking. That's how much I intend to pay you. It doesn't work like that. That's why I don't have a contract from this company, because I had a couple of people who had problems with this company. I told them many times not to get the phone from this company because they're taking a piss. And yet they do. And that's why, you know, I'm not gonna name them because it doesn't matter. I mean, all companies probably have this type of shit. I'm not saying this company is alone on this.
In 400 meters.
But again, you know, I had it different encounters with this company, and it's the same shit all the time. That's why I'm saying, you know, it's bullshit. And that's why I just take just the normal phone that has internet capabilities. That's it. Because I do check my emails often on my phone, and that's pretty much that. I need to have internet on my phone. I do calls, I do text messages, but that's included in the contract, and it's always included in the contract. Some sort minutes, some sort of text. If not unlimited, then there will be a large amount of text messages you can send. It's just the internet. Internet I have 1 gigabyte because I don't use really the internet. 1 or 2 gigabytes. I don't remember. But I don't really use internet for anything else but the email. And sometimes if I have to search something on the internet, perhaps on Google, that's pretty much that. I don't watch YouTube and stuff like that. So I don't require, I don't know, some great amounts of internet on my phone. That's why I don't understand people who are queuing for iPhones and shit like that in front of shops before they release it and stuff. I just don't have that kind of mentality. I'm not saying these people are stupid. Maybe they have to have it. They have this type of, I don't know, mentality. I just don't, and I don't understand that, because any phone is good as long as it, you know, has, you know, capability of calling and sending messages, as well as perhaps internet. But in these days, every phone has internet capabilities, because I don't think they create phones without internet capabilities anymore. They have to have that. It's not 90s. So I don't get it why people buy for £600 a iPhone. Which, as I said, you can buy a phone and a console, or a TV, or whatever. Go for a holiday. I'm not a Scrooge. I'm not, you know, keeping my money, you know, I don't know, seal it somewhere, hide it, I don't want to spend it or something like that. It's not like that. It's just simply, I don't see the reason why should I spend for a company logo on a fucking iPhone. I don't even like the system. I had iPhones in my hand. I fucking programmed for iPhones. So I know how the system works and looks. It's not that I don't know and I'm saying it's shit. I know, because I had 1 year module for iPhone programming at university. So I know how, you know, to program on iPhone and stuff like this. And I only went to this course because I wanted to this module because I wanted to program on fucking Android. And there was no Android. When I get to the course, because I had to choose it before the year started. So when I went there, the year started, I went to the class and he just said, no, it's just iPhone. It's Objective-C. If I remember correctly. Yeah, Objective-C. That's the language you write in. I said, oh, fuck it, whatever. I'll deal with that. I already chose, so there you go. So I stuck with it, and that's it. Just deal with it. Yeah, I've seen iPhone stuff. So I don't like the system iPhone has. I mean, I just don't like the way they created the system. As well as, you know, iOS. I just hate that system. Not because I like Windows, I like Linux. Linux is a fantastic system for me. Operating system. Linux, Unix, Windows, they're fine. I mean, I use Windows throughout my life, so I'm used to it, so I don't really mind. That's the thing. But I didn't use Linux for whole of my life or something like that, you know, for most of my life. But I still like it. I think Linux is well designed. It gives you loads of control. It's a good system, and when set up properly, it's a very good system. Companies don't use Windows for administrative work. They use Linux or Unix or whatever. And that's what I'm saying, you know, it's a good system in overall. And it looks good, you know, it has I don't know, the feeling when you're using the system, it's not fuck, where is this, where is that, even if you know where it is, why is it in such a fucking place and so on. It's just much more user-friendly. And macOS? Oh fucking hell, this is shit. I hate to use it. I don't know why people think that it's great. I don't see great stuff in macOS. I don't know why. I just don't see the greatness that people say there is.
Excellent driving. Another big win.
It's overrated. That's why I call it. And it costs too much. I mean, I don't know if you can buy the system as a standalone. Probably not. I don't know. I'm not interested in that anyway. But I know if you want to buy a Mac computer, right, and you want to buy a computer with Windows, you buy. If you take the same specification for both, then the Mac will cost more. Although they have the same fucking specification, they have the same components, or same quality components and the same speed and so on. It's just that the one will be expensive, you know, Mac will be more expensive than the Windows one. The reason for that is because. That's it. That's the reason. I checked, for example, my computer costed me just the unit, not a, you know, stuff like monitor and stuff like that. Nothing of those sorts. Just the unit, just the tower, because I have a tower unit. But I have a laptop as well. And just the tower cost me £500. £500 is not shit. It's not the best. It's not shit. Let's be honest. A shit computer is £200. That's a shit computer. For £300, it's already... It's not bad. I mean, I can play new games on it. The graphic card is not really the best, but it's not the worst. And I can play, you know, some of the latest games, no problem. For example, I don't really know. But yeah, some of the latest games I can play on this computer, no problem. It will work. Not maybe all of them, because some of them may have too high requirements for my computer. I don't know which there will be. I cannot give you really examples because I'm not aware of such games. I don't know really. So I cannot give you any examples, but there probably will be some games, for example latest ones, which will work slowly or have to or I won't be able to run on basically the highest specs. Something like that. But it's still a good computer, right? I mean, has Wi-Fi built in, so I don't have to put the LAN cable into it. I can just Wi-Fi it. That's what I do. I don't have to have two LAN cables coming out from my box. I just have one. My Xbox is connected to LAN cable because it's faster connection and I need that when I stream. And my computer is basically connected by Wi-Fi. That's it. I don't need a higher connection and works perfectly fine for me. YouTube works, everything else works. I don't stream my computer, so I don't need it right now. And it's fine. For £500, I'm happy with my computer. Doesn't break down, doesn't get stuck, doesn't do anything wrong. Works. Has a year already. How that year passed so fast, I don't know. I just felt like yesterday when I heard actually at work they told me, oh, the Black Friday is coming, and I said, what? It was like 3 months ago. And he said, no, it was a year ago. I was what the fuck? It was a year ago. And then I was like, whoa, dude, it's like, how the fuck did that go? Because I just lost like, I don't know, 9 months of my life. I don't know where it went. And so yeah. Now I was surprised because it was just you know, a couple of months ago, this Black Friday. What are you talking about? Are they going to have it like each month now? And he said, no, it was last year. So yeah, it's a funny story. Oh shit! Forgot. I don't know where I was looking at, but I know I did fuck this up. And I wasn't talking as well. I don't know what I was looking at. Probably something. So yeah, I prefer actually to work on Windows or Linux systems. But as I said, I worked on Mac computers at university for 2 years at least. I had to do my coursework. I had to do some of my assignments on Macs, and I'm not happy with that system. I used it for 2 years, and I'm not happy with it. I mean, it's not designed for me. Doesn't matter how you put it. It's just not for me. Not because I like Windows more or something, it's just I think it's crap, this system. The mouse is the shittiest mouse I've ever seen. You have 2 buttons, but they just made it to 1. And you actually have 2 buttons in there, but you just have 1 button. What the fuck is this design? I don't know. It just simply, I couldn't really, when I wanted to click, for example, right button when you have normally on mouse, I clicked it and I couldn't, you know, get to click the button, for fuck's sake, on this mouse. Tried a couple of times, and then, you know, especially if you have to do something on a small scale, where, for example, you have to, I don't know, put this, you have a like square of 1 millimeter or whatever, you put this arrow over there and then you click and then you fucking cannot click it. It's useless. The keyboard is weird. It has, I don't know why they didn't use the standard keyboard. I don't know why you have to go out of your way to design new keyboard, new buttons. I don't get that, because what's the point? You can have the same keyboard and that's it. Because it has the same functions though. Because there is a button, there is like a I don't know, like you have Windows button, there is a different button on Mac keyboard. And when you press the button, you have like functions as well, or something like that. I don't really remember anymore. It was a couple of years ago. And the same shit is here. When you press a combination on the other one, a combination of buttons, you do something. Here you have 1 button on keyboard, a normal keyboard, I should. Because now I'm using a different keyboard. It's just, you know, this is a different keyboard. That's it. Obviously, I'm not talking about, you know, keyboards that are used in shops or something like that for till and stuff like that. That's completely different stuff. But for Linux, you use the same keyboard. You know, it's programmed for the same keys as you have. It's a standard keyboard. And for Mac, you have to have a specific keyboard. So you have to buy a Mac keyboard to be able to use it. Really. I think, because I don't know. I mean, I didn't try different keyboards, but that's my guess, at least. Otherwise, maybe some functions will not work. Probably writing will work because it's the same shit. It's QWERTY keyboard. But as I said, it's messed up. Weird. I'll use the same car actually because I can.
We saw some really great driving today. That last race was intense. Now, the next stop on this road trip is taking us over to Montelina. Oh, and those people lining the streets are waiting to see your rides. So give them something to shout about.
Oh, the Christmas is coming actually. December. December is coming. I had to go today on a meeting on the fucking bike. It was a 3-degree temperature. 3 degrees. At 6:30 I went out in the morning. 6:30 in the morning on my bike. 6:30 in the morning on a fast road, which is what the fuck? How do they call them? I forgot. How do they call these roads? I don't know. It's A road, so it's. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't remember. But you travel about 40-50 miles on that road, basically. That's what I'm getting at. So it's a fast traveling route. It's not 30 miles an hour like normally in cities. It's faster traveling speed you can use there. So at 6:30 I was driving on the road. It was so fucking freezing, dude. I have a jacket. I had a hoodie on me, then a jacket on top of that, which is a weather resistant. So weather resistant jacket. It wasn't raining. It's just weather resistant, so it doesn't resist. I mean, it does resist the wind or rain, whatever. So it's weather resistant. And my trousers are weather resistant as well, so they're waterproof, they're weather resistant, so they don't let the wind through. My boots, on the other hand, are waterproof, but they're not weather resistant, so wind still affects them, so I can get cold. And although I have waterproof gloves, it doesn't change much shit. Because first of all, it wasn't raining, and secondly, they're just one gloves. They're not thermal gloves. They're just normal gloves. So my hands and my feet were freezing, and the wind just hitting my helmet was like bombardment of of punches on my face. When you travel 50 and there's loads of wind, it was like bombardment of fucking fists on my face. And especially if you have open face helmet, because I have two helmets. I have open face and I have full face. The difference, for those of you who don't know, the difference between those is one, it's a full face, but you can open it. So that's a open face or flip front, they call it actually. So you can flip the front of your helmet, and you know. For example, where the use for that is basically if you go to if it's too hot, you can just open it, and then you have a lot of air, and then you have greater vision because you have not narrow vision, but you have view. So it's you have opened it, you can in, and you can see more. And when you go to petrol station to fill up, you don't take off your helmet. You just have to. And then they will allow you to the pumps. Otherwise, full face, you have to take off your helmet. Otherwise, they will not turn on the pump for you. Maybe some shady guys will, but normally they shouldn't. You have to take off your helmet, and if you have full face, obviously, and then you will be able to take petrol or diesel. But I don't know any bikes that run diesel. Maybe there are some. I don't know. So I was traveling. Oh my god, it was. I mean, I'm not complaining as much, but the winter is coming. That's what I get to. The winter is coming. I like winter, but not at 50 miles an hour in 3 degrees with shit like that. I don't get it. I don't want it. But I still have to use the bike, so anyway. I'll be freezing whole winter. I'll probably have to buy some thermal stuff, thermal gloves perhaps, or I don't know, socks. if there are any. Those freeze my ass off, seriously. And that's just 3 degrees, and it's not December yet. Now if I wait till December or January, and it will be, I don't know, maybe a 0 degrees or -1, and I'm talking about centigrade, not Fahrenheit. For those of you who live in USA, they use Fahrenheit. I'm talking about degrees centigrade. So Fahrenheit, I don't know, that would be like 20 or something like that, or even more, a bit. I don't really know Fahrenheit. Never learned it. Never needed it. And so yeah, that would be interesting to ride a bike in that kind of conditions. But as I said, people have worse than I do, because in USA I've seen people ride bikes in fucking snow, and I'm not talking snow like little, you know, driplets of snow, like the, you know, going down like through the sift, just the coating. No, just the heavy, like a heavy snow. Basically, the streets are filled with 10 centimeters with snow, and there's a guy going on the bike. What the fuck, man? That's dedication. It's stupid. That's one thing, but it's also dedication. Because in that kind of weather, you don't have any traction whatsoever on the bike. Especially on the sports bike, I believe. I mean, maybe with some tourer or some, you know, some kind of naked bike or something like that, which is more of a heavy bike, maybe you will have some traction. But with a lighter sports bike, I don't know, man. Especially with ice. Oh my god. I've seen people actually on internet. You can see people on internet riding on ice and then they fall. Well, what's the surprise, dude? I mean, it's normal. That's why public transport, or you don't go anywhere. Even if you go for your driver test, for your when you are doing your license, you have to do a certain test. I mean, theory, basically. And when you do the theory, in UK at least, it's separated into a car theory and into bike theory. Also there are, you know, other, like lorry or whatever, I don't know really. HGV, I think. So heavy goods vehicles, something like that. And so you do separate test theories for each thing. So there is no one test theory and then you can go for car or bike or whatever. You have to do different test theories. And I don't know if there is such a thing in US or in Canada or whatever, but I know it's here. So if you do, for example, for bike, there is actually stuff like that. For example, they ask you a question. In a situation when it's snowing, what should you do? And then you have multiple choice, for example, 5 choices or 6 choices. And select appropriate, obviously. And then the answer is pretty much don't go anywhere. The same is with, for example, if you have to have glasses and you forget your glasses. That kind of question. What should you do? Ride very slowly? Should you, I don't know. Do something else, just go normally to work or to home or something like that, or just use public transport or not travel on the bike. Just multiple questions. So even even on the test theory they ask that kind of questions.
200 meters, turn right.
Stopping distance, I don't remember anymore. I think it was in feet and in meters, I think. It put in both, but it was 72 feet for 50 miles an hour to complete stop, something like that. That's the minimum required. I don't remember anymore. Or how long you have to put a water on a burn. There is a burn. It's health and safety kind of information. From what I remember, it was 10 minutes according to the rules. For 10 minutes, you have to pour water on the burn. Something like that. When there is accident, what should you do first? What should you do second? And so on. What steps should you take? What shouldn't you do? You have to know all that shit. Obviously, when you saw the accident, not when you're in the accident. When you're in the accident, you are just laying on the floor and whining. That's what you do, really. What can you do? I mean, if it was a light accident, then maybe, yeah, you can stand up, move your bike, turn it off, obviously, if it's still on. Turn it off, move it away from the street, if it's on the street, and then deal with the other driver. If you're not in the accident, you have to stop, turn off the other person's bike, move it away. If there are any rubbish, probably you should collect them. I don't remember, but I think you should collect the rubbish, or at least sweep them so that the other cars will not sway or basically ride into them and cause potential more accidents, something like that. And then call 991 or 911. I don't. Yeah, 911. That's me. It's in US 911. I never actually called the actual number for the ambulance in this country. I just call 112, which is on mobile phone. I just call 112. They direct me to a person that will connect me to whatever I want. Do you want police or ambulance? That's what they ask you basically. They don't even say hello. Police or ambulance. That's what they just give you. That kind of sentence. Police, ambulance. Police. And they don't even say okay. They just connect you to the police. That's pretty much that. Their job is done. Or ambulance, they will connect you to ambulance. Or basically health services. And then you tell them where you are and stuff like that. What's happened. They will send in someone. That's it. Some people ask me what's the most embarrassing moment on the bike. What type of fault is most embarrassing on the bike? And I said running out of fuel. That's the most embarrassing thing. It's a walk of shame, basically. If you do the walk of shame, then it's a walk of shame, because you are pushing your fucking bike to a petrol station. You don't have any fuel, and there are some bikes who don't have, which don't have a fuel gauge. That means you don't know when you're gonna run out. You have to calculate yourself how much you use per gallon or per liter, how much you can go, how much you have in the tank already, or just you have to do it on specific intervals. You have to tank it full, for example, specific intervals, for example once a week or once 2 weeks, depending on how much you ride. But I did have this situation once when I owned a bike that didn't have a fuel gauge. Now I do have fuel gauge, so I don't have that problem anymore. But some bikes, as I said, especially sports ones, don't have a fuel gauge. And and it was funny because I just went past the fuel station, petrol station. I don't know, maybe 100, 200 meters, and my bike just went dead. And I was, shit, what's going on? And the first thing, I didn't thought about fuel. I thought about, okay, first of all, let's check underneath the bike, because I was having the tools with me. So let's check underneath the bike. Maybe the spark plugs gone. Maybe something's wrong with the spark plug. It happened to me. So maybe it's a spark plug. And I had always a spare spark plug with me just to change it. And so I did that. So I checked the spark plug, changed it, just in case. I'm turning it on, nothing. Nothing. Maybe fuses. Because there are 3 fuses. I had 3 fuses under the seat somewhere there. Maybe one of them is broken. Maybe the ignition fuse is dead. I had fuses with me, fortunately. Because I was pretty much carrying with me everything. I mean, fuses and spark plug, but that's not everything. But at least I could, you know, repair my bike if something happened, like fuse went down or something like that. And it's not very heavy, you know. You can just put it into back pocket on your backpack or something like that. On the front pocket when you have a small pocket, you can just put it there. So it doesn't take much space, and you know you can just have it always with you when you go on the bike. So I always did, just in case, you know, because it can happen. Something will blow and that's it. So I will not call breakdown cover just for one fucking spark plug or one, you know, fuse, because it's gone. So I prefer to have that on me all the time. And I checked the fuses, but they're okay. So I was, what the fuck is going on then? I mean, it just couldn't just die like that. I mean, it was fine and then it died. So I thought maybe fuel. And I just opened the fuel tap, looked into the tank, and there is just like dryness, like a Sahara desert. I was, okay, now I know the problem. So I was just basically, I was on the left-hand lane because, I mean on the left-hand side, because in UK you drive or ride on the left-hand side, not like in US, and I mean in UK you drive on the left-hand side, in US on the right. So I had to, because the petrol station was on the other side, so I had to do through the streets a U-turn, pushing it, and then walk with it 200 or 250 meters, something like that. Went to the fuel station, added some fuel and started it. No problem whatsoever. So yeah, that happened actually. Especially if you don't have fuel gauge, because on a bike, I mean on the car, every car has that. You can have it broken, but it has it. And I didn't even have it. So you have to guess what type of mileage you can do, what type of fuel economy you have. It's a funny experience actually with that kind of thing. And the walk of shame. I don't know why it broke so much here, but whatever. Yeah. Once it actually blew up on me. The same bike. The same bike that I had. I had so many stories with my bike. The previous one, now I have a different one. I had so many stories. For example, the same bike which I forgot to tank it and run out of fuel. The same bike, I was driving home. I was, I don't know, 1 mile away from my home, and the bike was overheating, and I was like, shit, I have to get home. I mean, I can repair it, I can do something to it, but I have to get home. And it was 1 mile away about, and the bike was having, I don't know, over 100 degrees centigrade temperature. And it's very bad, because its normal working temperature should be up to 90. From 70 to 90, from what I remember from the manual. And I wanted to stick to that, but it didn't want to stick to that. So I was driving slowly, and it was liquid cooled, but some kind of, I mean, there was no water or something. There was not enough water to cool it, because the fan, and not the fan, but the radiator was working. But there was no enough water and coolant to cool it because there was a leak somewhere. Not in the pipes, but I think it was a head gasket, which I changed later on. But I was driving on the bus lane, and I'm just riding. Sorry, I'm just riding, and next moment I see, not see, but I hear a lot explosion underneath me, and I thought, fuck, the engine is dead. This is the first thought I had. The engine is gone. This is the first thought I had. The steam is everywhere, and you know the what was it? The temperature of the bike just went to pretty much like 20 or something like that, and which should be a clue that, you know, something's wrong with the cooling. But the first thought I had was pretty much the engine is down. That's it. I can scrap the bike. That was the first thing. So I rolled to the stop, and I actually somehow I rolled to a corner where I got off and put it on the sidewalk. So I open it and I see a hose which is for the cooling. Actually went out of the housing, which is distributing the coolant to the engine. So there was a Jubiline clip which not broke, but the hose got so expanded from the heat, it just slipped off basically. And all the steam and all the water, there was no much water, but all the steam pretty much, you know, went out, and I saw the steam. That's why. The engine was fine. But it didn't want to start. That was the problem. It didn't want to start, and so so I had to, for 1 mile, I had to push it again. In similar place actually, because it was about, I don't know, 300 meters, 400 meters away from the same petrol station that I later on passed and then didn't have fuel. So I broke down before the petrol station and after, but two different reasons for breaking down. One, lack of fuel, and the other was lack of coolant and the explosion. But it just exploded, and people who were next to me in cars, they had to be surprised. The guy is going on a bike, just in normal speed, and just in the next moment there's a huge explosion and there's a steam everywhere. Fucking hell! They had to be like, what the fuck is going on? This guy just exploded. But yeah, I did finish. I not finished, but I did repair it. I mean, I went to buy a head gasket, changed the head gasket, sealed it as well, because I thought, no, I don't know if there's some kind of errors, not errors, but some problems with the housing itself. Maybe the gasket was cramped too much, the torque setting was not alright, so I said I'll seal it just in case. There is a car sealant, special one for gaskets. I used that with a gasket, added the coolant which was already mixed with water, so it's a ready mix. Added that, bleeded the system, and the next time I was riding, even when it was hot, because it was summer, 90 degrees was the max it went to, which proved that it works. So I was happy with that, but the explosion was epic. Computer is on standby. I actually didn't turn off computer for this stream. Because I'm watching some speedruns. I said, oh, I have some time, I'll watch some speedruns. I want to make a break from my game. Shit, I didn't count that properly. I mean, not count it, but didn't take that corner properly. I'm watching some speedruns of world record and stuff like that, where they did world record for a game, for example. I mean, it's interesting because the sheer amounts of times the guy has to play to pass this game so quickly is just unimaginable. Unimaginable. I'm saying this incorrectly. Fucking hell, I don't know. I'm too tired. Unimaginable. I think that's how you say it. It's kind of tongue-tied. Yeah, whatever. So today I'm watching Pokemon. Pretty much, yeah, Pokemon. Pokemon speedrun.
Nice one, mate. You looked in control for that whole race there.
Although I don't play Pokemon anymore. And I never actually saw a Pokemon Go. If you want my opinion on it, I don't have an opinion on it. Because to me, it's not a Pokemon game. It's a game created for mobile phones. Or tablets, perhaps. It's not a Pokemon game. Pokemon game for me was on Game Boy, or maybe later on DS. That's a Pokemon game. The other thing is, nah. There was some on consoles, like for example, I don't know, on Nintendo 64, I believe. There was some stuff, Pokemon stuff, but I don't remember anymore. It was a long time.
Next leg of this
Right. It was a long time ago, so I don't remember about which Pokemon were on Nintendo 64. It was a console, and the guy has a couple of world records actually of those Pokemon. But the speedruns are a couple of hours long sometimes. So shit, again this turn. A couple of hours, so I just put it in there. It just goes. And it's interesting because I played Pokemon games when I was, younger. Not when I was small, when I was younger. And they're fine games. I mean, I like. There were different games because there were RPG games, but shit, in a different sense, because you actually use your Pokemons to battle and stuff like this. Which was something different, in the old days, and I liked it. So I bought a Game Boy Color, which was a special edition, with a yellow Game Boy Color with a Pikachu and Pichu, I believe. I still have it. So I bought that, and oh, there's a muscle car, so I will do that. Yes, which one now? This one. So it was a specific color because it was a limited edition. I don't know if it was limited edition, but it was a special edition at least. Because normal Game Boy Colors have one color basically, and no designs on them. So they have only, for example, purple, or red, or blue, or white, or whatever. Right? Shit. And I had a yellow and blue. I have, actually, because I still have it. Yellow, blue with, Pokemons on it. Pikachu and Pichu. Which is a small Pikachu kind of thing. Shit, I forgot how to ride this shit. Yeah, I don't like muscle cars in this game because they're just like a brick on the road. Will not hold to the road whatsoever. It's just like you would drive a heavy goods vehicle. That's the thing. If you drive a heavy goods vehicle and you went into a corner too fast, you would just go straight. Not through the corner, you just go straight somewhere. It's the same kind of concept. So that, yeah, I remember buying that. And I bought, as a first game on my Game Boy Color, I bought Pokemon Red, which is very old. It's a first generation Pokemon. So I bought that, and I passed it, I don't know, how 20, maybe more times. full game. And as far as I remember, I could pass. First time I passed the game, I don't know, in 20-30 hours, something like that. Second time I got better because I already knew how to play the game, right? Because first time when you play it, you don't know anything. You don't know where to go, how to do stuff, which Pokemons are good, which are shit, and so on, right? So with time you get better with it, obviously. You don't have to be super competitive, you just have to play shitloads of times. And you will get better at it. Practice, right? Makes a difference. And at the end, I remember I played with a cheat actually, because there was a cheat even on Game Boy. You don't, not on the simulator, on the real Game Boy. You could actually do some cheats, as in there were glitches. That's the thing I'm talking about. So I did the without someone's help, because I found it out from my friends about the glitch, and then I did it. So without anyone's help, oh shit, this car does not brake, and it spins around. I'm not even pressing anything, and it just spins around. That's why I don't like muscle cars in this game. They just shit, and especially if you go off-road with them, it's just pointless to go off-road with those cars. Right. Even on the road, they don't hold on to the road. Off-road is even worse. I mean, it doesn't exist off-road for this car. It just spins around. There is no way to put the power onto the car, onto the road. Right, so I was talking about the thing. I remembered my best time to play Pokemon Red, which is 3rd gen, with glitches, was 4 hours 30, something like that. So from 20 hours, 4 hours something. And I remember I had even loads of Pokemon 100. Of the glitch, obviously. But I think I did it without a rare candy glitch in Red. 100. I did actually Dragon, I don't know, what was it? Dragon 8? Was it? I don't remember. From the training, basically. I caught one and I trained it to level 100 without any type of cheats, nothing, just level 100. I went to Elite 4 all the time, basically. Every time I went to Elite 4, I just used one Pokemon to trash them with that Pokemon, and just basically went to level 100. It's boring, but it's possible to actually level to 100. That's why I know it's hard to actually do stuff like they do in speedrunning the Pokemon, for example, games. To do, for example, good times, like 2 hours, something like that. Because I know by myself, I played many times, although not many times, or not as many times as they did. But someone had to play, you know, many times to find out the best routes, how many steps you can take, which Pokemon starter is the best, which Pokemon do you need, which one do you need to catch first, where you should catch them, which in which game you have to have what level, what type of moves, and so on. That's all calculated for those runs, and someone had to come up with it. No one just, you know, went and knew about this already. That's what I'm saying. It takes a lot of time to do speedruns, especially if you are the pioneer of this. So if you are the one who starts to speedrun the game, which no one ever did speedrun of, or has no, or didn't share information about, you know, how to speedrun it, what's the best solution to pass this opponent or this opponent, how to pass this stage, and so on, then you are pioneering. So you have to find everything by yourself, which is very difficult and time consuming as well, because you have to spend loads of time figuring out which path to go and stuff like this. So I have huge respect for people who actually do this. They're real gamers, because they take the game to 100%. They have to pretty much know everything. They have to find out everything. Maybe there is a glitch which they can use to save some time. Because there is a category which says any percent. And you can use glitches if you find them, obviously. Also, there is category which is glitchless. So, for example, you cannot use any glitches. You have to pass it normally, like you play, like everyone plays. You can use tricks, but you cannot use glitches. For example, you can, I don't know, there is a counter for steps, and specific steps will give you a Pokemon. You can use that, for example, because it's not a glitch. It's just you are counting for the that system counts what, you know, number is there, and then you can find out, for example, which Pokemon will jump out at you from the grass or something like that. It's not really a glitch because you are counting what system is counting. So you are memorizing what system is doing. That's not a glitch, that's a skill. No, seriously. I wouldn't call it a glitch. I was braking before the red line and I still didn't brake before that turn. That's how shit the brakes on this car are. And it's drifting without even me doing anything. A small turn and it's drifting. That's why I don't like muscle cars. I want to have it off my head and be done with them. Slow down a bit here, slow down a bit there, turn around and hit the wall over here. That's pretty much the plan. As the guy says, every game is speedrunnable. I don't know, man. I don't think this game is speedrunnable. Because the sheer amount of time you have to spend on this game is just bullshit. 168 races to finish the game and collect everything. That's bullshit. I mean, it is speedrunnable, but how long you would have to do 100% of this game? Or, for example, if, I don't know, maybe till first championship finished. Maybe that's speedrun kind of thing. But if you wanted to finish the game, you pretty much have to do all championships in all the areas. And that will take a long time. Couple of days. I don't know who has the stamina to actually sit in front of a computer or console, whatever, in front of TV for 4 or 5 days, non-stop playing game. I don't see that. Even if someone had dedication, that's just pure. How do you do this? I mean, for 5 days you sit in front of computer playing the same game all the time.
Turn left.
That's not a speed run. That's just pointless. Although I seen a guy who did actually a game in 1 day. So 1 day, or maybe I think they have a limit for like 2 days. That's the limit. 1.5 days, something like that. I think that's the limit for speedrunning, because you cannot do more than that. I mean, it just, the sheer stress and tiredness will make you do mistakes if you are you know, focused all the time for 24 hours. The sheer, you know, stress and and the you focusing will tire you out, and then the more tired you are, you will make more mistakes. So it's really an endurance game, but at the same time it's quite stupid to do that kind of thing. They should be able to like stop the time, basically. Stop the time, have a rest for like 2 hours or something like that, have a sleep, and then continue. I mean, it wouldn't be a speed run, but it would be a speed run as in, you know, he played that long. So that's the speed run of the game, you know. He still speed runs it. It's just that, you know, he took the break. But otherwise, he didn't play the game while, you know, resting. I wouldn't be able to do that. I mean, I wouldn't. I would have to find very good game, and I see how much I have to break. Shit. I once actually there was. I didn't do speedruns of it because this game is not for speedrunning. It was a Harvest Moon. I remember I was playing this game day and night. It was so addictive. Dude, I got my first computer and I got this game on my emulator because I didn't get it on my console of any sort. I know it was available on Game Boy Color and normal Game Boy, and then on PlayStation 1. I know it was available, those. And I didn't get it on any of those, but I found it on the internet to download as a there we go, for emulator. And I downloaded the emulator and I started playing this game. And it's basically you have your own farm, then you just simply, you know, plant stuff. I don't know, take care of cows, buy cows, chickens, sheep, collect eggs, wood, stones to build a bigger house, buy a kitchen and stuff like this. Marry a woman, get married, and so on. So it's like a live game, basically, emulator, but it wasn't a simulator of some sort. Like you have, you know, say, farming simulator. It wasn't any sort of that kind of thing. You didn't have cars over there. It was just a farm game where you was a owner of a farm and just pretty much made money out of it, made the living. And I remember playing this game day and night. It was so addictive to me. I had 10 years in this game.
Whoa, that was intense.
Done.
Well done.
That was the most I had. 10 years of the game. So you had 4 months. That was 1 year basically, and each month had 30 days basically, something like that. So you had in 1 year you had no, in 10 years you had basically 40 months. Because it wasn't, winter was 1 month basically. So it wasn't like we have in normal world, in real world, where 3 months means a season. So for example, you have a winter, which is 3 months. You have starts soon. Hi there, how are you? And then, you know, then you have something else. It was just 4 months a year. And I think they made it simpler because, you know, it's just too long to have 3 months a season. So they made it simpler. The same is with Sims. You have, if you have a Sims 3 at least, if you have a addition seasons, then you have weather as well. So you have snow, rain, sunny weather. You have summer, winter, autumn, and so on. But as I said, the intervals is like a couple of days worth, something like that. You can set it 7 days, I think, the least, and 20 days max. Maybe even 20 something days. So they didn't give you, for example, like full... No, I'm not from Australia. UK. UK. Are you Aussie? I don't really know how Aussies talk. I know they call them that, but I don't remember how they actually greet themselves. There was something. I don't remember how they greeted themselves. Don't remember that. Well, it's not raining in this race, so that's a plus, I'd say. Okay, that's bullshit. Go, 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 go. Pretty much drifting through all those turns. I don't really need to drift. I'm just drifting out of sheer nature of this car. Oh shit! I wouldn't take this one. I didn't see it. Don't drift. I don't know even. 200 something? I can check that? I don't know. Yeah, 248. And because I checked, I probably got... whatever. I'm not playing this game for levels. I'm just playing this game to finish all the championships, which I have not many left. Maybe 20, something like that. I can go further. So I'm not far away to finish all 168 championships in all areas. That's accumulative. And that should be 100% of the game if they didn't count the XP boards and stuff like that. Then this will be 100% of the game. Which that's my pretty much goal for this game, 100%. If I can get it, because otherwise I would have to have a map. I'm sure I can get the map on the internet of all the boards and stuff like that. But it's just a pain in the ass to search them. I mean, if you had a map in the game, you can just teleport over there. That's it. But I'm not gonna pay for the map. You can actually pay for the map. So they hidden loads of XP boards and discounts, teleportation stuff thingy. So they hidden them, and they created the map where all of them are just to sell it. So that's pure money making stuff. That's why I'm not gonna buy it. I don't really care. As long as I pass all the championships, I'm fine with this. If it's not 100%, tough luck, I'll just move on. But I paid for the game and I used all it has to offer. Because I did use solo mode, I used what was it? Multiplayer mode. So I pretty much used everything. Now I'm just finishing the championships, that's it. And this one will be the last championship of this stream as well. I'm doing 3 championships normally per stream. And as I said, it's not really a stuff that's... What was I wanting to... I forgot what I wanted to say. I forgot. Oh, no. I thought I remembered, but I still didn't remember. Yeah, I know. Oh, there is XP board here. Yeah, when I ride around, I do find... Because they're not on the map normally. Some of them. I mean, some of them are from the beginning, like some percentage, like 30% of them are on the map. But then when you ride around, then you find them. And when you find them, you can take them. Because they are there. You just don't know where they are. Of course. This car is like a brick. It has too much power, not enough traction. That's the problem with this car. And it weighs a lot. Because I don't know how much acceleration 7.5, handling 5. Launch is shit, braking is very shit, speed is good, but what speed for if I cannot handle properly? But the muscle cars never handle properly in this game. I mean, you would have to have it under powered to handle it for it to handle properly. Because
this far. One more win will be enough.
Right. Okay. That's the last race, I believe. I don't even have to win it because I won 3 races in a row, so as long as I don't come last, probably the I don't know how's the placing though. So I don't know if I have to win. Oh shit. Yeah, that's already bullshit. Yeah, because I don't have a rewind. So I have to restart. So for example, if you go with progression race, so you have point A to point B race, and you don't have rewind, let's say you are 95% and then you make a mistake and you crash, and then someone you know overtakes you. You don't have rewind. That's it. You have to start from the beginning. For example, 3 minutes race went to shit because of that one mistake. I still went the same road. I don't know why I'm going the same thing, same lane. Break! Bullshit! It's like I have to go into the turn 20 meters before they go into the turn. So basically, drifts pretty much. That's what I'm talking about. I have to drift with this car, otherwise it's not going anywhere. Okay. Oh, it's this curse. Okay. Not the car! Shit, I don't have control over him turning. I don't know. If I turn too much in this with this car, what's gonna happen is he's gonna drift, spin around, and just bullshit's gonna happen. So that's why I'm not turning too much with this car, because I just don't want to waste this 69, now 70% of the race already. Okay. Oh shit! That was lucky actually. That was lucky because sometimes, as you can see what happens, I actually hit the tree. So what should happen is I should be stopped or spin around, because it should hit and then I should spin around and then lose a lot of speed. But it didn't happen. And sometimes this glitch is actually helpful because you go through the obstacle, for example tree, and it just like, as you saw, it just goes through it, but it hits it, but it goes through. So it lets you go, but at the same time, you know, you hit it, and it's kind of lottery because I think it's a glitch, because it should normally it should actually bounce you back, you should lose a lot of speed because you hit an obstacle. But at the same time, sometimes it happens like that, and then you can just continue on. I didn't lose, I think, 0 speed. I lost 0 speed, and then I just continue on with a curse, with my line, which is sometimes useful. As you can see, if I did that, then I would probably spin around, lose a lot of speed, maybe even lost the first place. So I got lucky this time. That's lucky. Right, so that's pretty much that. I don't know what time it is. I don't even know what time I started. Yeah, it's pretty much 2 hours. Should be soon. Because I mostly do the stream for 2 hours. I didn't talk about my game, so I'll do that about my game when I, continue on to the festival.
That was the last championship on this road. If you're all done here, and we'll start the.
But I'll change the car.
In 100 meters, turn left.
Shit.
In 200 meters, turn left.
Sharp turns are not for this car.
Left.
I don't want to overshoot, that's why I'm braking so hard. No! Fuck me twice. This is not the car I wanted to use. I wanted to change the car. Shit. I'm too relaxed. I forgot to change the car and I have to use this thing to drive to festival 14 kilometers. Although probably I could take some shortcuts, but I'm not bothered to do this. Right, updates on my game. I'm still doing my game, if you are interested. If you don't know, I am doing a game, which is an RPG game that's a 2D. So it's not Skyrim stuff, anything like that. It's a 2D RPG game made in a software called RPG Maker, VX Ace. If you have knowledge of it, then perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Which way? This way. Now you're telling me I didn't see the arrows because they're red, the sun is shining. They should make it blue or something like that, maybe I would see it better. Because it's green, there's a greenery, and here... you cannot sometimes see the arrows, especially on off-road. You cannot see the arrows. You have to look at the map. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Which is stupid. They should make it in blue or something like that. It would stand out, right? So it's easier. But no. Oh, there was a... Was it? Where is this guy? Was it? No, it's a BMW. I thought it's a initial D car because I have one. Right, about my game. So I'm creating a game. I don't know what it is going to be called yet. I mean, the name of the game is not really that important right now because it's not finished. So there is no need for me to think of a name yet. There is a provisional name, but it's not really final. Fuck off! What the hell? Would you like me to block you as well? They just... I don't know the reason why they put these guys, those drivatars, with me to drive to festival. They just block my road. Seriously, that's pointless. They do nothing. They just block you. Yeah, anyway. The progress on my game, I've created all the locations I had to in the second chapter, because I'm on the second chapter creating right now. So that's an update for you guys. I created all the locations. Now I will start doing all the quests, all the class changes and stuff like this. Quests, whatever. I decided actually to do a classless. Yeah. To do a... That was just basic luck. That's not skill. So I decided to do the classless, so you can pass the game without the class, without changing the class in my game. And I decided that because I wanted to give people freedom of choice, and if someone doesn't choose the class, that's the freedom of choice. So so that's why I decided to add a classless. So you can... I'll add more attacks to it, I'll make it a bit stronger, but it will be harder to play with this class, obviously, and it will have a faster ending, so it will be a shorter game. The game will be shorter because it won't be what you think, but if you want to, it will be harder because you won't have many skills. It will be classless though.
In 400 meters,
You won't be very strong, but you will finish game about 20 something level. Maybe 30. While you would finish the game on normal classes, you would finish the game about 50, perhaps 60. So that's what I'm talking about. It will be a shorter game because it will take, I don't know, 3-4 hours to finish the game. That's pretty much that. It will have 3 chapters, that's it. that will be classless. And I'm doing this because some people may choose not to, you know, choose a class. They want to try without the class, and you'll be able to do that. It's just that the ending will be different. The ending will be the original ending, which I thought of first. That would be the original ending. And the other endings I thought of, you know, later on. But the original ending will be for the classless.
Turn right.
And the rest of them will be for the classes. So that's the thing I wanted to talk about. The process of me finishing the second chapter will take some more time than I think, because I'm always adding my own. I always adding more work for myself. So, for example, let's say when you have dialogues, each dialogue is separated into 4 lines. So when you have 4 lines, that's a command for the dialogue when you write it. So you have 4 lines of as a one command. Then you have next and so on. So if you if you, for example, want to write 8 lines, you have to have 2 statements of dialogues. Now, the dialogues by default, they don't have the name of the character that is speaking. They have the picture, all of them. For example, you have a picture of the avatar you're playing with, or the person you're speaking with. But at the same time, there are no names. So although they may say their name in the text, there is no like a box or something where the name it says, or where the name is displayed, or when, for example, the text is displayed. Next to the text, there's a name, for example, and a semicolon, and this person says that, and there is a picture as well. Now, there is not such thing. I mean, I can do it, and I want to do it, but at the same time, it's kind of pain in the ass right now, because I said in the previous stream that I did on my game, I did all the news and stuff like this on my game. It's pain in the ass because I have as much dialogues as a book. So you could take all my dialogues and create a book out of it. And the problem is, how to call this? I don't know. Okay, so each dialogue, each 4 lines, up to 4 lines, but there can be just 1 or 2, has its own settings. So if I want to add a name box, for example, for my character, for different characters, I would have to enter separately each of the dialogues, each of the things I wrote, each of them separately, and add this with a command. So there's a command to write, and then you write the name inside, and that's displayed with the text. So you write that. But I would have to do that. For example, obviously I would copy paste it, but I would have to access each and every dialogue that exists in the game to add those names. And there's loads of them. This alone would take a month, maybe less. Maybe if I did it every day for a couple of hours, maybe less. But it would take just a long time. And I want to do it, but I don't know when I'm gonna do it. And the worst part is, the longer I don't do it, the more dialogues there will be, and the more shit I will have to add and edit those dialogues. And that's the problem I have right now, because I want to finish the second chapter till the end of this year. But at the same time, if I finish it, I'll have so many dialogues. I wouldn't want to do the names for the characters, for all the NPCs, for the characters, for whatever, right? I probably wouldn't want to do this anymore, because there will be just too much dialogues to change, to edit. So I'm kind of torn up between adding the names, or just I don't give a shit and just continue. But it's useful, because some people may not remember if you don't display their name properly, and this game will be very punishing if you don't remember stuff. And I'm making this on purpose because if you're playing this game, you should read what's written. I'm writing stuff for a certain purpose, not for you to skip it and just don't give a shit. Because if you don't remember stuff, there is a journal, but the journal will not have everything. And I will have to actually update the journal because I didn't update it for a long time. So you will have quests and stuff like this in journal, but you won't have everything. So all the yeah, it's Xbox. So all the details will be missing from the journal that are the most important details. You have to remember them. And if you read every dialogue, that's fine. You will not have a problem remembering the stuff. Yeah, Xbox One. I'm actually finishing the stream. I'm just talking about my game I'm creating just to... no, I'm finishing the stream, as I said. I'm finishing the stream. I'm just talking about the game because I'm putting this on YouTube as well. I'm just talking about my game. That's the updates of what is going on and stuff like this. And that's pretty much this. I'll finish the stream when I finish with the news about my game. That's pretty much that. So I'm pretty much finishing in 5 minutes, maybe less. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna play anymore. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, so I'll probably add those names, and then the schedule will move of my game will move to next year, finishing the second chapter, and the third chapter will follow probably the next year as well. Which is a pain in the ass, actually, third chapter, because I have to create the biggest city in the world that will exist. And I mean city, not a village. Like I showed a village in the... in my... when I tweeted the village layout and stuff like that, the map of the village. I called it city, but even a guard in the city, when you go in first, laughs at that. So obviously it's for, I called it city for funny reason, for just laughing at it, because it is not a city, it's more of a village. And I'm not talking about that kind of thing. There is a city I built already called Frost, however you like to spell that, I don't know. I call it differently, but it doesn't matter how I call it. It is a city. It will have much more NPCs, it will have people and stuff like this. So there will be people living there and so on. And the next city, which will be the biggest on the continent, will be 3 times bigger. Which is a pain in the ass, because the design alone will be huge. The design alone will take me some time, and then after that I'll have to design each class specific stuff. That's why it will be 3 times bigger, because I have to design each specific class thing, a building or some sort of, I don't know, something for the class. Then I have to do what was it? Quests, NPCs alone. I have to create, like, I don't know how many NPCs, but there will be loads of them. For the city that's 3 times bigger than the one I already have, the NPCs will be pretty much endless. And bragging rights. I actually unlocked by some sort of something. I unlocked an achievement, bragging rights, which is beat 20 friends or clan or club. Sorry, not clan. Club members on speed cameras. So I did that. Yeah, so that's pretty much about the game I'm doing. As I said, I won't probably finish the second chapter this year, which is finishing anyway. But I'll try as hard as I can to do as much as I can. And then at the end of the year, maybe I'll release a demo version. So for those of you who are interested how this game looks like, you know, what type of difficulty it is, what type of monsters and what type of skills, whatever, how it looks like. Basically, it is 2D, as I said, it is 2D, so depends on you. If you don't mind 2D games, you probably like it. I mean, the storyline is not bad. The beginning, the first chapter is kind of boring at the beginning because it's the first chapter, it's introduction. I will have to explain a lot of stuff like controls and so on because it's not obvious. So you will have a chance to play with demo version. Obviously, the demo version, when you save it and you, for example, finish the demo version, the save from that game will not work anymore in the full version of the game. And the reason to that is basically I will still change stuff even at the beginning, so there will be changes, and those saves will not work. But you will have a first, you know, experience, test it, and see how you like it. Maybe if you have some type of improvements or suggestions, you can tell them to me, and I'll think about this. But that's when I release the demo version, and that will be available on my website anyway. So I'll probably do a stream about that anyway in the future. So thanks guys for joining me today. That's it. I don't have anything else really to say. If you like my streams, you can follow me. But as I said, I don't do streams very often anymore, due to, as I said, I'm making a game. I'm working, and I'm making a game, so I don't really have time for streaming anymore. But as you can see, today I did stream, which is, as I said, it's one-off. It's not gonna be 4 streams a week or something like that. It's just a stream to update people. I just relax myself from the game. If you do something every day, you have to relax from it. You cannot do it every day, especially a game like this. And you know, I just relax a bit, play a game, finish this one perhaps, and you know, do a stream in the meantime, so that people get the updates on the stuff. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this stream today. I mean, you can follow me, and if I have any streams in the future, I will have streams in the future, obviously. You can tune in and watch them, and there will be more games in the future. As I said at the beginning of the stream, I did download Murdered Soul Suspect today, so I'll probably play that in the future after I pass, I don't know how many. Let me see that. 97% completion. That's pretty much 1979. So 80% completion I have. 80% almost. Total winnings 11 million. Wow. Garage value 14 million. I didn't even check those stats before, I think. Time driven 59 hours. Yeah, that's a lot. There is a time played or something. Social. Oh, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for joining me today. When the next stream, I don't really know because I am on the whim. So when I have some time and when I want to relax, I will do them. So you may expect them, you know, next week, or you may expect them next month. I cannot really tell which. This one is unscheduled, as I didn't even post anything on my website. I down on my chair, turned on the Xbox, and just started playing, and turned on, you know, the Twitch. I didn't even, you know, post it on my website that I'll be streaming today, or post it on Twitch or whatever. Because as I said, it's just a stream to relax, and if people want to watch it, they're welcome to. But as I said, I think I have to drive because otherwise he's lagging. So I'll drive. Yeah, it's not lagging when I drive. Okay, so I have to drive. Endless driving. So yeah, I have Soul Suspect, which is Murder Soul Suspect. I will play that in the future, so you may expect that if you didn't watch the gameplays of it yet. I will be doing the whole playthrough of this game. As always, I do playthrough of all games. If I didn't play the game previously, then it will be walkthrough. But if I played the game previously, it will be pretty much walkthrough because I already know the game, so you can check this out as a guide for walking through the game. And otherwise, it's just a playthrough. I just play the game I never played before, and I just finish it on the stream. Each stream will have a part of the game, and that's pretty much that. And the only game I actually will do walkthrough of, and that will be on the hardest difficulty, as in character difficulty, is Van Helsing, which I died already. And I had created a new character. It is Van Helsing 2 as well. But I created a new character, so that will be in the future. I will be doing again. I will start with this new character. We'll start the game again, pretty much, and move to the point where I died, which was, I don't know, 70% of the game already. I was doing so well 70% of the game because I had a character which is hardcore mode. A hardcore mode is basically when you die in the game and you don't get a perk, actually. From what I remember, yeah, you don't get a perk. When you die in the game, your character gets deleted, so you start from the beginning. You create a new character and you have to start from the beginning. So you have to pass the whole game without dying once. And that's a problem because there are so many ways you can die in this game. And as I said, I did 70% of the game and I died, which is very annoying. And so I had to start from the beginning. So that you can watch as a walkthrough, but because I already did a full playthrough of it a long time ago, and now I'm just doing a hardcore mode, and that's pretty much that. Because I want to pass this game on hardcore mode and get the achievement for it, because there is achievement for passing the game on hardcore mode. Stupid cars. And that's pretty much that. If there are any other games, I had to actually extend my membership of Gold Xbox Live Gold membership because it finished. I even forgot about this. It was auto renew, and they just took the money. I forgot about this. But I paid for my website for another year of hosting. I paid for Xbox, so that's sorted for another year. I'll get some free games. I already got what was it? No, I didn't get the Far Cry. You can buy it. Oh, the Black Friday. They actually have loads of deals probably on games right now for Xbox. From what I saw on Xbox, I checked through Gold, a website on Xbox. They had very little games on deals for Gold, but they have probably deals on Black Friday, which is different because deals on Gold are for Gold memberships only, and the deals for Black Friday are for everyone. So if you have deals for Black Friday and you have Gold membership, I think you get 2 discounts at once. So first of all, you have a Black Friday discount, and then you have on top of this you have your Gold membership discount. If you have Gold membership, which I do. That's why I paid for Forza Horizon 2, which in a store used, it costed £20 that time. £20 for used Forza Horizon 2, and I paid £15 from Microsoft for a digital version. Obviously it's digital, so I don't have a CD, but at the same time, it was cheaper, £5, and the other one was used, so not new. So £15, and I wouldn't be able to buy, probably, maybe from someone on eBay or whatever, I would probably be able to buy for £15 a used version of a CD, but I, didn't hustle. It was Black Friday. It was 1 year ago, I think. Also on Black Friday, and the Black Friday was £20 and something like that. And then I had my Gold membership discount on top of that, and it went to £15. So I bought it. That's why I bought it, and it was cheap. cheaper than a used game. And I don't really care if it's used or not, if I have a CD, because when I finish it, it's done. I finished it. I won't probably, maybe I'll play it a couple of times just for fun, and that's it. I won't be putting it again, especially 186, 68, sorry, championships. I will never do that again. And I will not buy Horizon 3 because it's the same game. There's a couple of more cars. It's pointless, in my opinion. It's the same thing, different racetracks, but the same thing. Yeah. So that's pretty much that. Yeah. I'm not gonna divulge into commenting too much because when I start talking, I will start talking, and then half an hour later I'll finish. So that's that. Yeah, I will just finish the stream here. So okay, guys, thanks for joining me today. If you like it, I don't know, you can follow me as for the future. I mean, I'm not promising there will be next stream tomorrow or the next day or something like that, because I cannot promise that. The streams will be when there will be, pretty much. So that's the schedule right now for the streams. I'll update for those who are interested about my game. I'll update them in the future. I didn't do the update on my website, but I did update you guys on my video on my Twitch, and I'll post that obviously on my YouTube channel. This whole stream, the whole thing will be posted on YouTube channel, so you can sorry, you can watch that if you didn't watch the whole stream and you want some information about my game that's in the past already. You can have that on Twitch for 14 days, I believe, or on YouTube, which I'll upload it today. I think I'll just unedited stream whatsoever will be uploaded to YouTube, and you can watch it from the beginning if you want. There are some other, I mean, I'm not talking about the game all the time in my stream, so there are other subjects you can, if you are interested. There's some about technology and stuff like that. If you want to, you can check that out after I finish the stream and post it on YouTube, or it's available on Twitch from the beginning. And that's pretty much that. I mean, you can also visit my Twitter. My Twitter is down below under the player, under the player streams player, and you can follow me there if you want to. Give me a shout out and I'll follow you as well, perhaps. Anything else I forget? Yeah, my YouTube channel is over there as well, so if you want to visit it, all the information is pretty much under the player. You have about me, a banner about me, or there is no banner actually, but there is a section about me, and then you have all my pages, all my links that are available for you, like my website, my YouTube channel, my Twitter account. You can choose whichever you prefer and go visit them if you want. And that's pretty much that. So thanks guys for joining me today. I have a nice time. I hope you did as well. Good luck with your games if you're playing any. And hope to see you soon. Take care of yourselves and bye.